Welcome to the Replay Dugout. I am Tom Abbott. This is just a quick review of a game that I played yesterday that was remarkable, a remarkable game. My Tigers took it on the chin, 6-4, as you can see here in the upper left-hand corner here, 6-4. We lost to the Indians in 1984, and in my sim, an 8-16 team. Waddell got the win for pitching 0.1 of an inning, and Pat Tabler hit a home run, pretty dramatic one. There was a couple of dramatic ones in this game. Digital Diamond marked this as a walk-off win for Cleveland. I just want to show you the box score and the scorecard. Pretty incredible. Willie Hernandez in 1984 won the AL Cy Young Award, and not only that, and he won it as a reliever, and not only that, he won the AL MVP. An incredible year. He was a big reason the Tigers won the World Series that year. Major factor in their success. Yeah, let me just bring him over. Baseball Reference. There he is. He was born in Puerto Rico. He has passed away. He died last November. I did a little bit of reading up on him on Wikipedia. And after his baseball career, his health kind of went through a steady decline. He had a couple of strokes and then eventually passed on in November. So God rest his soul. Love you, Willie Hernandez. Always a Tiger, and never forget you. And but unfortunately, Willie, this was not your game. Not a good game to remember you in. Let's take a look at what happened here. This game, the Tigers started off scoring 3 runs in the top of the second inning. Johnny Grubb had a walk and a stolen base, and then a walk to Chet Lemon, strikeout to Bergman. So with 2 outs, Hojo came up and parked one deep into the left center field seats to give the Tigers a comfortable 3-0 lead. It's a lead that they hung on to all the way till the 9th inning. Now, full stop on that. Just I want to back up a little bit. Something very interesting happened in this game. If we go to the play-by-play, you'll see that in Payoff Pitch, I rolled a there it is. I rolled a rare play, and the rare play was that we had rain and a long enough rain out to where both of my starting pitchers had to come out. The bullpens for both the Tigers and the Indians. And by the way, I know that it's the Guardians nowadays, but this is 1984, so it's the Indians. And let's see, I've got part Choctaw Indian in my blood, so I'm not offended. So, anyways, 3-0 after the second inning, and we had to kind of jump through a lot of hoops. Both teams had to bring in reliever after reliever. If I look at my box score here, you'll see Detroit brought in Wilcox. He was the scheduled pitcher. He had to sit out. We had to bring in Bear, who pitched 4 innings. And then we got Rozema, Lopez, and Hernandez. And you can kind of see a little bit of what's to come in my review here. He did take the loss. Bear, not really that great of a game score through 36 pitches. But then over here on the Cleveland side, I mean, they had to bring in Blylev. They did get their starting pitcher. They got the top of the first with him. Then they had to bring in Frazier, Jeffcoat, Aponte, Camacho, and Waddell. So, unfortunately, this was not the game where we wanted extra innings. And you can see here that the Tigers held on to that 3-run lead all the way till the bottom of the 9th inning, where they gave up 3 runs. So here we are. The last thing I wanted with this game, with it being rained out, or not rained out, with the rain delay and the starters having to sit out and the bullpen had to take the entire game. Last thing I wanted was extra innings, but extra innings is what I got. You can see here the Indians did rally for 3 in the bottom of the 9th. The Tigers came back and put a run on the top of the 10th. Now this 3, let me show you the scorecard. You can see here we started the 9th inning with a base hit by Franco. This was off of Willie Hernandez. We brought him in the 9th inning. He struck out Thornton. Now, Willie Hernandez was supposed to be Mr. Lights Out, and we brought him in with a 3-run lead. He gave up the base hit, the strikeout, another base hit to Mike Hargrove, and then a clutch 3-run bomb by Pat Tabler that just snuck over the right field fence to tie things up. Jacoby had a base hit after that, but Hernandez came back into form and struck out the next 2 batters. Then we go to the top of the 10th, and we get a ground out to the ground out. I think that's what GOU is. What is that? I'm not sure. It was an out. So Grubb was out. Lemon flew out to the right fielder. I know that's ground out, but I don't know what U is. Anyway, so 2 outs, and Dave Bergman comes up and starts a rally, gets on first base. A double for Hojo scores Bergman, and then Lou Whitaker comes in to strike out. So the Tigers go into the bottom of the 10th. Willie Hernandez has a chance to redeem himself, and it doesn't start well. Brett Butler, right off the bat, starts with a double. Fly out center field, Bernazard. Strikeout to Franco. So we just needed one more out. Hernandez just needed one more out. And gave up a double to Thornton that scored Butler. That tied the game. And then Mike Hargrove came in and parked a 2-run bomb into the left field seats. And the impossible happened. Willie Hernandez took it on the chin. He not only gave up the lead, he blew the save in the 9th, but then we had to keep him in the 10th because there was nobody left. I was going to have to go to a position player to relieve him. So it didn't make much sense. And in payoff pitch for this pitch here, I did have to, he did reach his limit for durability, and I had to use the fatigued relief card, and that did have an impact on him allowing that home run. So that rain out really did have an effect on the game, had an effect on Willie Hernandez, and he gives up 6 runs in 2 innings, and the Tigers end up losing 6-4. So let's take a look at the standings. This is May 6th. Let's see, the Tigers. This is my payoff pitch project. If you've been following any of my projects, I have 3 projects that are going. One's not very serious. I have a Status Pro project that I'm playing with Digital Diamond, and that is that's not as serious. That's just more of like when I get the urge to maybe try something different, I'll branch over to Status Pro and give that a try for a bit, and then I'll come on back. My 2 main ones are Digital Diamond 1984 Tiger replay, and that's using the Digital Diamond engine. I like that because I can knock out a game pretty quickly with that. If I have a 10 or 15 minute window and I can just fire up my computer real quick and I can knock out a game. Payoff pitch is a little bit more involved. I got to, lay out the cards, lay out the boards, shuffle my FAC cards, and it's a little bit more time consuming. I love it, but it takes a little more time and I can't knock out as many games. This is my payoff pitch season. And so you can see the Tigers are still in first place, but they've lost 2 in a row, and they're 7-3 in their last 10. The Yankees are on their heels. They won the last game, so they've brought they're behind only 2 games now. So If we want to look at the other divisions, the AL West, we've got California with a 3.5 game lead over the Kansas City Royals. On over to the National League, the Phillies are tied with the Expos for first place in the National League East, with Pittsburgh one game behind, the St. Louis Cardinals 1.5 games behind. So this is a really interesting division to watch, very, very tightly contested. National League West, the Houston Astros are in first place with San Diego, who in real life won that division. Of course, over National League East, it was the Chicago Cubs who won that division. And it was, well, I think the Kansas City Royals won the AL West. I'm pretty sure about that, yeah. Anyways, so if we're looking at, again, we are 26 games in. We still have some pretty high batting averages that will start to trend down. We've got Pete O'Brien for Texas batting .423. You've got Eddie Murray at .379. Freddie Lynn has 12 home runs and 32 RBIs. Dave Kingman is right behind him with 29 RBIs. We've got our own Lance Parrish with 8 homers. And let's see, Mike Schmidt at 9 homers and 24 RBIs over in the National League. We do have a really high. Oh, hey, JC. Well, hey, welcome. Didn't see you walk in there. I don't know how long you've been here. It says 4:48, so that was about a minute. Welcome. Yeah, I just had an unbelievable game yesterday. I'll do a little review here for you. I had Willie Hernandez. I'm playing the 1984 Detroit Tigers replay with Payoff Pitch, and I took one on the chin yesterday against the Indians 6-4, and I had a 3-0 lead going into the 9th. We had a rain delay in the first inning that according to Payoff Pitch, I had to take out my starting pitcher. So the entire game was the bullpen for both teams. Well, I take that back. The top of the first, the Indians did get to use their starter, but after that, it's all bullpen. By the time we got to the 9th, I had Hernandez in. I just needed lights out, AL Cy Young Award winner, MVP, and unfortunately, he didn't do too well. Gave up a couple of base hits, and a 3-run bomb to Pat Tabler. We came back in the 10th. I didn't have really any option. I was going to have to put in a position player. Instead, he gave up a double, another double, and then I had to he reached his fatigue level, and I had to move over to a relief pitcher card, and he gave up a 3-run bomb as a result. So he gave up 6 runs. Mr. Lights Out, Willie Hernandez, 6 runs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I paid a little tribute to him before. He did pass away in 2023. I did a little reading up on him, and he apparently, he had diabetes, and he had a couple of strokes, and then he finally passed on in 2023. So we love Willie Hernandez, always a Tiger, but like you said, nobody's perfect. He had an off game, and it was really odd because of the rain delay that really screwed things up. So I'm not sure what's going to happen on the next game because not much rest for the bullpen. I really need the starters to crank out a good chunk of the game on both sides. So that's it. That was just wanted to share this game yesterday. It was kind of it was a pretty dramatic game. Good for Cleveland, bad for Detroit, but still a pretty remarkable game, fun game to play. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. JC, thanks for stopping by. And I'll talk to everybody later. God bless. Bye-bye.